exclamatory sentences followed by a question for a total of 57 words.
Okay, look, it obviously starts with you have the right to remain silent. I know you've heard this before. And then, I think it sounds something like, well, right, you have the right to remain an attorney.
Did you say that you have the right to be an attorney?
You do have the right to be an attorney if you want to.
Where were you?
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can and will be held against you in a court of law. You will have the right to speak to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Do you understand these rights as they have been read to you? Ernesto Miranda was a Mexican immigrant living in Phoenix, Arizona. Miranda was identified in a police lineup by a woman who accused him of kidnapping and raping her. Miranda was arrested and questioned, without a counsel present, by the police for 2 hours until he confessed to the crimes. He was not informed of his rights prior to the police interrogation. Miranda, who hadn't finished 9th grade and had a history of mental instability, was found guilty and sentenced 20 to 30 years in prison.
Your Honor, there's something you need to understand,
Right,
though.
there's nothing you can do. She's going to jail this time.
I don't know about that.
And why not?
Apparently, Your Honor, our officers forgot to Mirandize her.
I was waiting for Miranda to come in there and nobody came in there. I was waiting for her. That's right, ain't nobody Miranda me. Miranda wasn't even in the room.
Excuse me?
Miranda appealed to the Arizona Supreme Court, stating that the police unconstitutionally obtained his confession. The court disagreed and upheld the conviction. Miranda then appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court, which agreed to review the case in 1966, along with other similar cases. The Supreme Court ruled 5-4 in favor of Miranda. Chief Justice Earl Warren ruled that the prosecution couldn't introduce Miranda's confession as evidence because the police had failed to first inform him of his right against self-incrimination and his right to an attorney. Due to the fact that Miranda was deprived of his rights, and because his confession was thus unconstitutionally presented at trial, his conviction was reversed. Although Miranda was later tried and convicted without the admission of his confession, and again sentenced 20 to 30 years in prison. Miranda versus Arizona created the Miranda rights we now use today. It is suggested that the case had substantially resulted in the deprivation of the ability for police to elicit confessions and increase the ability of prosecutors to win convictions.
But before we go, I want you to know. You have a right to remain silent, even though you've been violent, and everything you say and do could be held as evidence against you. But you have an absolute right to phone up your attorney tonight. But come on, man, don't look so sad. There's good news mixed in with the bad. If you can't afford an attorney, you see, we're going to hire that dude for free.